All right, hi everyone. This is the second part of my preset video playlist. Going to this time put it into a patch that is producing sound already. So this is something familiar. It is my drum sequencer with musical time and presentation mode. Okay, since I want to add into here and I want to have access to all the objects, I'm working in my patching mode. And I'm going to unlock, add a preset, open up over here and change it to Monokai. I'll keep it smaller. Well, find a happy compromise. What, 12 for a slot size? All right. So what I'm trying to do is save my patterns, these toggles, which are whether a note's playing or not. Also think it would be useful to save my note value and the tempo. Just saving the toggles alone, that's 24 items to include. Want to add in the velocity as well. So there's fewer things to exclude. And in this case, I don't want to include the toggle, the start and stop. I want to be able to switch patterns without turning things off or on. I want to exclude this count. If you include it, then that's going to update anytime you change presets, and it's going to send a number out that's going to play a note somewhere in your pattern. I don't want to save these numbers that are showing me where the transport is. The transport itself wouldn't change, but these numbers would change if I save them. And I don't want to save the velocity values coming out of the dials. I want to save the dials, but not these number boxes. Since these number boxes just reflect the value of the dials, they will get updated as well. But I don't want to get into changing them, accidentally saving that. I want to do everything from the dial because that's what's in those are in my patch, those are things to grab onto. So I'm going to now arrange some things, starting with the third outlet. And what I'm going to do is hold down the shift key so I can keep attaching to what it is I want to exclude. So toggle. Going to go back. I have a list. The count. The bars, beats, units. What do I have? Bars, beats, units, display, velocity values coming out of the dial. Letting go of the shift for this last one. Okay, that's great. A little bit of a spider web coming out. I can arrange these things with an option. I'll do one side at a time, Shift Command Y to route those. I can also, I'll change them so I don't get them confused with the other parts of my patch. So I'm going to make them cyan. Do it again over here, option, drag, route them, and change their color. Okay, so they separate out, which is fine. Close this window. Now, I have set this up to start already. In that I like my pattern, the velocity I have, the speed I have. So I'm going to save that in 1. And then can recall it just to show this active. And I can start playing And now I can switch patterns. As long as I don't save it in the same place, I'm not going to destroy anything. So turning on all the hi-hats. And I'll leave the velocity the same. So I'm going to store that in 2. So it just keeps going. And I can switch between them now. And because I'm not including the counter, it just moves seamlessly. I can do this again. Let's say leave 2 and 3 on. 6, 7, and 8. 3. And let's bring the velocity down. I'll leave the bass drum a little louder. Store this in the 3rd. And I'm going to go ahead and select it since that's the current state. Then I'm going to store one more. This one will be just like a matte fill. At a faster tempo. It's not a great fill, but it's something. I haven't been changing this, but it's been getting saved with the rest of the elements. And so when I do, that changes. So this is just a demo. What I can do in a patch, what I should do now just to finish this out is select it, add it to the presentation, and I can do a couple things. I can also set up some keys to recall them. Let's stop that. If I want to make this a little bit easier with my keyboard, let's switch to presentation mode and get this sorted out. It's a good spot. As any. Switch back. I do want to say, add my comment. Preset patterns. And then I want to have key input. And I just want to use my number keys to select things that I have. So right now, I am even going to reduce the size of this to the just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots. Okay. Let's add an integer so I can see what's happening and pull this down a little. So this is 1, 49, 2 is 50, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 54. So 49 to 54 is my range of things I need. I'm going to subtract 48 from it. Remember to add the space. Subtract space 48. Now this gives me, I'm going to put this over here, just because there's some room. Another integer. So now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, one of the things in programming, I don't want to have bad values reaching an object that might respond. So I just want to limit what goes into the preset to just 1 through 6. And I'm going to use an object called split for that. Low value, high value. And then what you see are two outputs. On the left is anything that fits within the range, inclusive of the low and the high. Anything on the right doesn't fit. So my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 comes out, but my 7 ends up over here, 8, 9. So this is a useful little way of restricting input to values that fit what I want. I'm going to use a send. Send preset number. And then up here, I'm just going to drag it. Edit the S to an R. Receive preset number. Connect that here, add a comment. Preset recall. And then I'm adding just these 4 objects now to my presentation. And actually I selected one that's already in there. What this lets me do, 1, 2, 3, you can see it changing in the preset object as I change keys. I left the empty ones, but they'll get ignored for now. Nothing happens because nothing's in there. Switch to my presentation view, and you can see how things have moved because I moved them. Put them up here. Go in, lock my patch, start it. Hit other keys that aren't going to get there. I'm hitting them now, but they're not within my range. And then stop. So I've added this in. Have preset capability. I can switch between patterns with just one key, one mouse, keep saving. Can have as many of these patterns as I can fit into the graphic to work with. And that's enough for now. So, bye.